You know something I learned years ago? When men are not around, women get along so much better. So like even if it is conflict, think about how much of the conflict could because of men. Like I listen, I know it's not perfect. Don't and I don't have to keep saying that. But the mini home is significant because the other thing is having your own space away from everybody. Like I think everybody needs that. This idea that I'm living in this big ass house I got filled with a bunch of stuff that I don't need, and then I got to share my space with someone. Because like the thing is with being in a nuclear family, not only are you sharing your space, you got to share the bed with this person. Like, can I get my own bed? Like, you understand how intrusive that is? Like why are you in my space? It's Sally banging, y'all.
Right, that's true. And it's like we normalize that because we just like that's the what you're supposed to do. But like I, you know, I'm thankful that we moved into a larger house because there's like room to get away from each other if we need to.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But even I get that. I get what you're saying. I guess this is me. I know Vanny said she's a maximist. I'm a minimalist. I'm like you. A lot of times when you have a bigger home, you have to have extra space in that home, and you have to fill that extra space with stuff. Like you're not gonna have a bunch of empty rooms. You want to have stuff in there. Yeah, it look cute and all, but it just feel like stuff and clutter to me for some reason. Um, and it's like I think even if you decide to go with the one at the bottom, y'all need to have your own room. Like have your own room, like and like shit, like spend a night in each other room. But like I don't want to share a room with nobody.
Yeah, for sure. Which is why, and in terms of filling the house up with stuff, that was because we have two living rooms and they're pretty large. And so one of the living rooms is a dance studio for me. So we didn't have to fill it with anything but a couple mirrors, a TV, and a ballet bar. And then the rest of the room is empty. That's kind of like how we worked that out. So I'm kind of a minimalist too. So like, yeah, having two living rooms worth of stuff would be like, what? Like, why are we doing that? So yeah, no, like one of the rooms is literally fully empty, one of the biggest rooms. Um, but yeah, I think that like, and in terms of a communal living situation, um, like, is your ideal, would we be part of of society, or would it be like growing your own
Oh, you
food? Or,
still no. You still part of society. This ain't no remote thing. I'm saying this would be the living situation. Like you still
okay.
part of society. But what happened was like let's say you tired, you don't feel like cooking or something. Well, guess what? The people down the street, they cooking today. You don't have to cook until the third of the month or something. Depending on how big the community is. Y'all do events together. The children can hang out together. Like it would literally be like a community inside of society. The thing about being isolated from anybody else, I can see how it could be a problem. No, I still wanna be outside when I want, but like I want to be part of a community when I go home, not just somebody's partner, right? Because even with the room situation, it's normal. I love that you have your dance studio, but essentially it's normal for a man to have like the man cave, but we don't have nothing like that for women, right? What room the women got? The kitchen, which is fucking crazy. But aside from that, it's like you just have that one person, and then when the children leave, how many women talk about like empty nest syndrome and stuff? And the community, like that's the community. Like it's who's there. It's a lot of different people. I don't know. It's like I went to summer camp, y'all, and like summer camp was the shit. I love summer camp. I think of it more like we're not sleeping in tents and like being so active, but essentially it's like there's always someone to talk to. There's always support, and you don't have to outsource for everything, right? If you need to go to some type of appointment or do something, you don't have to go online and hire a real expensive like childcare work or something like that. Somebody in the community would just like be there, and it would be enough people that wouldn't be a heavy burden on one person.
Right. I loved summer camp.
Yeah.
I loved it. I went for 6 weeks every summer, starting when I was 6 years old, and I loved it.
Yeah, my son said he want to go back to summer camp. He usually go for 7 weeks. He didn't go this year. He regretted the hell out of it, but he definitely would say he want to go next year. Hey, Kayla.
How are you?
Good. Had a garage is her she shack. She shack? Interesting. You want to respond to the prompt?
Which one is better? What the first one is single homes and the second one's
So the top is a tiny home community for women, and the bottom is a nuclear family.
ooh, that's good. So wait, are there gonna be rules at the tiny home community for women?
What do you mean?
Like, can we get visitors and stuff?
Like men?
Yeah.
Probably not. That kind of would take away from that because a lot of men they gonna want to move in, you want to spend the night. Um, but that could look different for different people. Like they got a curfew, like on a college campus or something. I would say for me, it's a no. It's a no.
Cause I do,
If
I
he if
do
he
like.
wants if he wants you if that man want to spend a night with you, he can get you a nice hotel. You can go in the city, hang out at your hotel, and then go back home. But also, I don't believe in these relationships. I think women should be able to go hump on whoever they want to when they want.
Mhm.
And shouldn't have to just be stuck with one man. I think all that's patriarchal and made by design.
Well, I think the top one sounds better.
I don't know, JP. These things exist. The tiny home community definitely exists, and most people ain't you ain't gonna be on people's radar unless I misread it. My bad, Kayla. What you say?
I think the top one is better, but I'm honestly a little bit scared to be all around women because women scare me sometimes.
Yeah, you how?
I don't. I've been bullied by as a kid growing up by girls, and I've had
Have you been
girls
to
steal
therapy?
from me. I had
Have you been
girls,
to therapy?
yeah, I've had girls steal from me that were my friends that I brought to my house.
Hold up, hold up, real quick. Let's pause that real quick, just real quick. So one, the difference with school is you have to be around certain people. When it comes to building a community, you literally build a community with those people who you feel like you have a true connection with. You're not forced to be around somebody. You understand? And far as somebody stealing and stuff, like no, that's not cool. I would suggest just meeting somebody and like a few months later, like we're gonna move into a community together. But like you build a strong community, I think it's possible. Hey, hey.
I mean that would be cool. I wish. I don't know why. I just get more comfortable feeling. I
So you
don't
rather
know.
be around a man, just you and him?
I don't know why, but
If
some
that's
reason
if that's Go ahead.
it's easier for me to like trust a man, but at the same time, like
Brainwashing.
You
like
like,
I also
I'm sorry, my attention span not that good. You gotta get it out. If you want, I can come back to you though.
well yeah, come back to me. No, no.
Yeah, just think about it and come back to it. It's just I don't like my attention span. I just can't follow along, and I just
Wait,
want to cut you off.
I'm with
Huh?
my mom right now. Can she answer the topic?
What's the topic? No.
Yeah, just here. She's saying which one is better? A small tiny home community for women, or the nuclear family living with a man in a regular house?
What's the best for women?
Yeah.
No, what would you prefer?
Um, hmm. Right now, I could probably live in a little small house community and just do what I gotta do. I still like a full house, with a
But
family.
it's all woman community.
It's all women.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if I'd want to live in an all woman community.
See, I was thinking the same thing.
Go ahead,
But
Cynthia. Huh?
yeah.
Bloody easy.
Kayla,
Yeah.
I'll come back to you. I'm gonna let
Okay.
Cynthia go real quick, and then Liz can share what she has on the screen.
Okay.
It, it depends on where you are in your life, and it don't have to be forever for you. I say the women community because you're keeping a lot of stuff out of there. Even some of these sons, nephews, uncles, not even boyfriends, make a mess of communities. So if you're in that space, yeah, I think it's safer. You know, you have to put some rules down, like we only need 2 minute stand, nights and nights and nights, kind of like unofficially moving
Hold on,
in.
real quick. Liz, you forgot one word in description to scratch it out. My bad, Cynthia.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
And you know, if you
I
want
put sleep
to
on it.
diminish your expenses on living, you at a certain place in life, and some people want to live, you know, and I ain't saying I in the boondocks forever, ever, but more rural life, but not like in Oklahoma where you 30 miles away from your next neighbor or 30 acres. And it could be safety numbers because I was in like a lot of gardening groups and farming groups of women, and they were saying, you know, I wish I could have space, you know, where we could do this and that, but I'm scared to move on my own, you know, without a man, even though most dangerous place might be living with a man in a rural place.
No, that must be
But
you.
men have brainwashed us. It's like when women say, I don't have any women friends. And it's like, you don't have men walk the dog with you and you forgive them, but you can't fall out with your friend and forgive us. And they've ingrained us. I hear so many women saying that. And so to say, a lot of times, unfortunately, a lot of the issues women have with each other generally be revolving around peeing. Even in high school, even in middle school, somewhere, I say probably 75 to 85% a man involved. So even if he start coming in the community, he gonna be like, oh, your girl tried to talk to me, or such and such. Or if you look at him, now he got dissension in the community.
I
So,
can definitely see that.
And
you know,
also, men would start calling us witches, and then they try to burn us out the state. They'd be like, "Oh, they're a bunch of witches," like back in the Salem times.
They always got something to say. Real quick, let Liz go.
So I just
Thank
wanted
you, Cynthia.
to talk real quick about like trusting and you know, trusting a man versus a woman. This is a woman who was married to a man, and he recruited over 70 men online to grape her after he had like derugged her and she was unconscious, and then he filmed it. And then the only reason why he was caught is because he was in a shopping mall and he had like this pen thing that was like a hidden camera, and he was like putting it under stalls in changing rooms, trying to film women changing. Yeah, and then they also found over 700 images of CP on his computer. And then wait, real quick. This is an Olympic athlete who over the weekend was set on fire by her boyfriend. She competed in the 24. Now she's fighting for her life in the hospital. Real quick.
Oh no, Liz, she passed. Actually passed today.
Oh my gosh. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. Well, yeah, that is tragic and awful.
I didn't know she passed away.
Yeah.
I just saw Zena Blaze was doing a live about it just now. The lady passed. She's going off, understandably.
Damn.
Did you guys like the movie The Woman King or something like that?
Hey, that's fucked up. Hold on. Let Liz finish.
This man, she wrote into Reddit the am I the a-hole, you know, subreddit, and she wanted to know if she was overreacting because her husband just got this like horrifying look in his eye, just like, you know, unalived in the eyes kind of a look, and pointed a loaded pew pew at her stomach. She was 7 months pregnant, and she had to literally like slap the pew pew out of his hand. And I have just one more really quick.
Pregnancy is the most dangerous time for women, unfortunately.
That's when you see somebody true colors, though. When they have, when they have the power to harm you, and they do. Like that takes that's when you really see that person, when there's no one holding them accountable for what they're doing. Go ahead, Liz.
And then this is a woman who is currently sitting in jail because she refused to bring her sons to reunification therapy, which was court ordered by the family court. with her estranged ex-husband because her husband is awaiting trial for raping his 3 daughters repeatedly throughout their childhood and trying to drown one of the sons. But the family court judge still said you have to do reunification therapy. She resisted. Now she's in jail. He's awaiting trial but he's out on bond. So she's in jail while he is not. While he is not. Yeah. Yeah. So this is the kind of thing. This is literally all just happened in the last few days. This is just like the latest rundown of the ways in which men treat the women that they are in relationships with or have been in relationships with. So when we say we don't trust women, I just have to wonder like what that is in like relative to.
Yeah, and that's just some of the stories. And of some of the stories, the ones that's even reported.
Right.
And I think it was very true what you said, Tara. Hey, I was saying, I think it's very true what you were saying about how when you take men out of the situation and the type of it wouldn't be a hierarchy, but whatever system that the women would collectively decide to use if they were going to do the small house community, then a lot of those things that you find women typically are in competition with each other about or, butt heads about other than just pure character traits, they go away. You know what I'm saying? So I think that was very factual, which is why I was like loving everything you guys were describing about the tiny house community. All I was saying is that, because to me, when I first looked at that picture, I was like, okay, you know what? Ideally, it would be choice. It would be some women want to go and build community amongst each other, and some women want a nuclear family. Cool. But they would never let the women who chose the tiny house live. You know what I mean? So I was kind of joking when I was saying we would get bombed. But I mean, I could just see the innovation, how lucrative that kind of that's what I'm like. Everybody thinks that sounds like a rural place or like a farmland. I mean, we could have farmland and everything, but I also can see it being very technologically advanced. Us adopting the things that exist in technology that the capitalists won't allow us to have now, but we would be more open-minded to having those things. And so I just feel like they would never let us live just because of our existence, in peace there without them.
I don't know. I feel like,
unless we had some sort of military
it wouldn't be. Hold on, real quick. It wouldn't be like a whole city, right? I definitely think that even within communities, in a community, you have something like that. Like, I don't know. I believe it's possible. I don't know.
I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm never saying
that. A lot of times it's like, oh, they wouldn't allow us and all this stuff. But like,
I don't even think it's about them allowing. It's about like you said, there'll be different.
They have communes like this now. Like, have you do you know about the communes and stuff like that? Like that, like people already live like this.
No, I didn't know about it.
But sure, and I am aware. I'm saying if it became more widespread, you get what I mean? More commonplace.
Yeah, but I see that, but that's quickly, because that reminds me of when the 4B thing had started. I saw a video about a lady who was saying like, no, y'all still need to be with these men because if we stop giving them some, essentially.
Oh, that is not what I'm saying at all, Tara.
No, I know you're not, but this is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
They're gonna harm us, right? Mm-hmm. So here's the thing. It's like that right there confirms why I would live at the top. Because like, are you telling me wanting to be by myself, now you want to harm me and I gotta be afraid and I have to live with somebody because I'm fearful something could hurt me or they could harm me? Mm-hmm. Like, what is that? Like, it could be a limit to, like, some people, you have a really big home they had like a what are those things, I forgot what they call it, like in the center of buildings sometimes they got plants and stuff in them. In some way it's separate. It doesn't have to be a whole city. A what?
It's like an eco system.
But it could be, if all the women chose to do that, it could end up being like a whole city. Like, if a bunch of women chose that.
I think it's kind of like Black Wall Street. Like, yes, we should, we could, we can build Yeah, they're probably gonna be real. They come for us all the time. Are we safe?
Honestly, I would not. No, it's not a. I want to make sure. Hold
No.
up.
So I
It's
figure
not
just do it
a.
the best you can and, deal with the threats when they come
Hold
because
up. Hold
I'm
up, though,
certainly going to
y'all.
put some
Hold
tiny
up,
homes on
y'all.
my land for women who need something.
Oh,
I
yeah.
actually kind of grew up that way, not in tiny homes, but a bunch of single mothers who um, put their resources together, lived together at different times, shared a car sometimes, four of them would buy a car together. Like I grew up that way, and it was great, and it was
That's
fun.
my point.
Oh, but
I
didn't you say
think.
Paradise by Toni Morrison? Y'all remember that one about the
I didn't
women
read that
living at
one.
the convent? And they're like growing food and making bread and jams, and they taking care of the people in the community. And of course, the men think they're witches. Comfort them.
I don't know. Just for me, it's like when we say stuff like, "Oh, they could do something," aren't they? I think that was the point Liz was making. Like they're already doing things.
Who are
Like
you talking
it's
about,
like,
Joe?
You
huh?
absolutely
Oh, I
right.
can't hear. Sorry, hold on.
I was low key, I was kind of joking, but I mean, history is, we've seen the examples in history that kind of support, but you're absolutely correct that, I mean, they're
Yeah, like I
already,
said, women are
like,
already living like this. I'm not talking
yeah.
about a whole town. Like it could be as big or small as you want it. And if you have to live with a man or in isolation out of fear of somebody harming you, I say fuck it. I'm going to take the risk anyway because that's some bullshit.
Hmm.
Okay, sorry, I lost my headphones. I didn't hear anybody.
Yeah, because you kept talking. I was like, all right, Summer, I'm gonna just let you do it.
Because I got these new headphones. I forgot when you move them, they like hook back up. And I'm like, I can't hear her. It took me a minute. I'm learning. Auntie learning.
Because I was going to say, even for me, like, even when I was subscribed to the so called nuclear family, I never saw it as husband, wife, kids, dog, picket fence. I saw it as family, grandma, mother, sisters, aunts,
That's not.
cousin.
That's not a nuclear. JP, that's not a nuclear family.
But I still, when just the
But hold up,
traditional
though. Hold
living
up.
aspect of it.
That you talking about intergenerational home, but a nuclear family
Absolutely,
really.
absolutely. Which is before I knew the official terminology. When I would just picture it for myself when I was much younger, that is what I saw it as personally. So I get what you. I mean, I know that that's not technically what a nuclear family is, but for me, I always viewed it as community because that's kind of how I was raised. So that's what I had in my mind more so than, like I said, the man, the woman, the kids, and the dog type of thing.
The last thing I was saying was about Paradise. Did y'all read that one by Toni Morrison with the
I
women
did.
living at the
Like the
convent?
white picket fence. The white picket fence, and that's like the white tea version of family. That's what that is. Like before we came over here, and even before they colonized this land, it was
Hold up.
it
Hey,
was.
sorry. You ain't sweet. Hey, sorry.
I'm sorry, girl, because I love this topic. I was
But
like, I
that's
need
not.
to get.
Y'all know we speak first. That's all. You good
No,
though.
I'm so sorry because like what she said, I was just like letting her
No,
know
you
like
good, Tori. You good.
the nuclear family in the black community is the reason why we're in this predicament as of right now. Because I would hear people back in the day when it was a community, they would say that, all the parents, like, they look after everybody else's children. Now we have the nuclear family where nobody gives a hell what happens to the other child. And I always would say this: if one child goes hungry, all our children go hungry. The nuclear family does not give a flying hell about other children. All they give a hell about what's going on in their family. That's it. That's all. So until we look at each other as a community, which was actually matriarchal, matriarchal. But if we don't do that, our community, the black community in America, it would never succeed because everybody's selfish. Everybody's only care about what their family is. It's not unity. It's basically the nuclear family. It's basically, I don't know. To me, a nuclear family is like being in jail as a woman. Like, that's all it is. Like, your whole entire family is right there. You have to do this, you have to do that, and the man is the head of the household, and blah blah blah. Why the hell do we need a position? Who's the head and who's not in a relationship that y'all both built together? Like, why does there need to be a leader? Why does there need to be somebody over somebody? Why can't we as a community like love each other and help each other children out? Because if you see a child that's out there hungry or a homeless person hungry, you mean to tell me in a nuclear family you cannot even help that person because it's not your business? The nuclear family is trash, especially when it comes to black people. and I'm in there.
I
Yeah.
saw.
Real quick, y'all, can y'all tap the screen, share out the live? I'm probably only gonna be here for like an hour, a little bit over an hour, but support the live, y'all. But I agree with you, Tori.
I
Yeah,
just
I've
want to
been
say
talking
real
about
quick.
the Diva family being trash for
Yeah.
a few days now.
I didn't know, Tora, if you were responding specifically to me. I in no way was advocating for the nuclear family. All I was saying is that in my mind, just how I was raised, it never looked just like that to me. You know, even when I was bought into the idea that you do the XYZ and you get a husband and blah, 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 it always looks like more like a communal thing. But honestly, even within that when you said it sounds like jail, I got the idea. I mean, I had the thought that even with your family, when your family is around, sometimes they keep you in that marriage or in those constructs to keep that, particular family unit together, even within the community. And so that is what is like jail to it for some people, the fact that the community is making them stay together. So what you're proposing, the commune amongst women alone, where they make up the rules for themselves and, XYZ, that's infinitely sounds better, than what we've traditionally been sold, for sure.
Actually, it to me has been the single women that have actually fed more of the children and stuff, because a lot of times when women get married, they be so scared that they non-faithful husband or boyfriend gonna be doing that. It limits how they do. Like some people in bad situation, if they got a husband in the house or a boyfriend, they won't say, hey, I got an extra room, you could come stay here, for fear of him messing with her or whatever. So a lot of times it has been the single women that have been the community givers that I see most of the time. I ain't saying because I'm from a small town, but how we could do this thing monetarily depends on where you want to live at. Monetarily, it makes sense to do it in a somewhat rural area because you can get agricultural land for cheaper. A lot of the other lands have restrictions on how many homes you can put on them. Like they say, you can have 5 acres, but they say you can only have 1 home. With the ag designation, you can get multiple worker housing. That's to backdoor this thing. In addition to that, if you form like a company or whatever, and you can be able to get group insurance, group employer insurances and stuff for people who don't have insurance under that they're a worker, and get them designations of no with work with your employer. They have to accept all your prior existing conditions, or you got to get Obamacare. And if you make any type of money, Obamacare is expensive. So it could be a lot of benefits. You will have to do it. And now when I say rural, I don't mean like 32 hours from anywhere. Like I'm considered rural, but the Walmart is 20 minutes down the road. And
Yeah,
I do have neighbors.
some rural spaces are right outside of cities. I get what you're saying.
Yeah. So it can be done. That's the way to do it. But when they do the nuclear, it's very isolated and it puts women at greater risk because generally their support systems may not be there, especially if they move to another town or whatever. Like when I lived in the suburbs, I was the only one there, and those places were hella deserted in the daytime because everybody was at work. I felt more in danger there than I actually did in a rural town because it was more isolated during the daytime. But
Yeah, my only point about the feeling of danger is it's this misconception that like everything's so safe now, because that's not the case. Some women, some of the women we interact with on a daily basis are dealing with um physical harm on a daily basis. Like that's their story literally. And I think that if that's not your story and you're not experiencing in real time, it's kind of far removed from it. But I know for a fact that women go could go home to violence every day. So it's not like, oh, it's just everything's hunky dory. Y'all talking about some risky shit. It's risky now. Like,
did you see that video when that lady, I think it was like in New York City, and she was trying to go to her house and she had to run and she barely made it inside because somebody was chasing her in her city dwelling and almost came into her house? He had followed her, and she was in the city, in an apartment complex, or I don't even know if it's an apartment or condo, but he literally did that, and she wasn't even isolated, like what we would consider stereotypically, or isolated, like out in the country or whatever. He was in the city.
And there's one thing I want to address about the nuclear family, like especially in our community. Um, you know that our men, not even our men. I say our men because they share the same skin tone as us, but they don't have any power. That's why they're literally preaching about the nuclear family. And what I tell a lot of these men, I'm like, well, the nuclear family did not work. If it was so, a-okay, right? Why did a lot of women leave their husbands? So here comes a man saying they left us for welfare. Like, I don't know any woman who would literally pick welfare over a man that works and taking care of the children. When I tell you that nuclear family, when women are close, I can't even say where are they close to like men? I can't even say.
Proximity.
Yes, thank you. We're in danger, literally in danger. So they don't look at it that way. All they care about is keeping the family together. You even got pick me saying like, well, you chose to divorce that man. Well, why didn't you stay? I even have men say, well, why did you leave your baby father? Because I fucking wanted to. And I just couldn't take it anymore. But they was like, well, you didn't fight hard enough. My ex of 7 years, after everything that he did to me, he did a lot to me when it comes to our relationship. He told me I didn't fight hard enough for us to stay together because I didn't give a shit at that time. What's happening right now is that men are they're not needed in the home and they're starting to fight back. They're doing like this whole single mother, you ain't ish. They're doing all of this to shame black women, especially black women, into being with them. Like, I'm gonna need y'all to understand, like, the nuclear family is fucking trash. F1 in the comments. When we say that nuclear family is trash, because that woman probably don't talk to your friends. That's what I meant. Men literally try to separate you from your family. They try to separate you from your friends, right? So every time you go out with your friends, like, oh, she's jealous of you. Your single friends. You ever notice like that? How men be like, you're jealous. They're jealous that they ain't got no man. Like, when I say that men only power, especially in our community, is the nuclear family. They want to beat down on women so bad that we would have no choice but to need them. And I'm ending right there.
The most danger I felt like I was in, because this my home now, not the 9 acres. I got 7.39 acres, and I have neighbors, but they are a block away from me. Was when he was in the house. When he was in the house is when I felt the danger, and so saying, you gotta have men around you feel safe. I feel safer now that he been gone, and I'm still not completely. But since he been gone, but when he was here, I just didn't know when it would be because I saw some crazy stuff, and on top of that, the police was lit. He tore all the doors off in the house. We had it's not a house, it's a mobile home. It's 2,000 square feet. And he tore all of the doors off. When I came home on the back porch, out of the whole junky yard, the only thing I saw neatly was a blue tarp with a set of twine on it. I would call the police. The police said, oh, that's not an issue. I was finally able to get a restraining order. And I think the only reason the judge actually granted the restraining order is because I said something about a pew pew, but I don't think I said that because a witness was here when he made a comment. But had he not admitted it in court, he said, I said something about a pew pew, but I don't think I said what she testified to. And I think the judge at that point was forced to give me a restraining order because it was literally recorded on tape. But I felt there more danger with him than I had felt at probably any time in my life. And as a single woman, and we had only been married. I mean, it was only at that point we was at 3 years, And that's the time I felt the most danger ever. What a supposedly protect her husband in the house.
Yeah, and I think also kind of coming away from the like not only how isolated you are, but like the quality of your life, right? So um like think about what you consider hanging out and having a good time, right? Because the question I always ask, what would you prefer to go on a girls trip with your friends or romantic getaway with your partner? Um when you with your partner, like it's like it's stuff you can't do. You gotta kind of hold back, and it's like it's given in some ways. Like that's your chaperone. Thanks for the penis, Lex. I appreciate you. Like that's your chaperone because I hear it all the time. When you get this when we get married, or when I'm with them or whatever, you can't be doing the stuff you're doing when you're single, and that's literally telling somebody like it's like I'm not a child. Like what you mean what I'm doing right now on a day-to-day basis I can't do because you come in my life. Like how is that ideal? Like I think a lot of times we're convinced that this traditional narrative is something that uh is like our default and we just kind of getting away from that, but like where did that come from? And can you imagine, like, it just don't sound ideal to me. Like, I don't know, especially the conversations I hear, um, some of the things I hear men say about when they get married and how like she's supposed to be my piece and she's supposed to make sure, she got a meal. And even if it's progressive, it's like, what if I don't want to cook ever? Like, what if I'm somebody who eat out all the time and that's what I enjoy doing? Like, I don't know. I just feel like it's when you have another adult who comes in and you've been living your life and they've been living theirs. A lot of times, what happens is one of the people have to compromise, and I don't see that is something anybody should pursue. That's just me though. So for me, it's like, what about quality of living? Not just a safety thing. What about the day to day of your living?
Tara,
Terrible.
you're not even trying to be
Can I say something
funny.
real quick? The thing
JP,
is,
what'd you say, JP?
I said you be cracking me up and you don't even be trying to be funny. You just like, when you said you don't want to lay in a bed with your husband. I'm like, I mean, felt definitely, definitely relatable. But you
I
be
have a
saying it's
question
such
for
a
you
dead
women.
face. Like, no.
I have a question for the women. Do y'all feel safe by
Hold
yourself? Or do y'all?
on. I just
Okay,
asked a question, Tori.
oh,
I
I'm
asked
sorry.
y'all a
I'm sorry.
question. I literally I just broke it down. I
I'm
went
sorry.
through the whole
I
thing.
kind of stepped away, and I'm
I
sorry.
know. I asked y'all on a quality of life when it comes to not let's just go away from like no, let's stay here. Would you prefer a girls trip with your friends or a romantic getaway with your partner? And how does that look like? Like what does that look like on a daily basis when you're around these people or that person?
Um, I kind of would rather go. I'm not saying it's because I'm a feminist. I'm saying it's because I would have more fun with my girls, not a man.
Most of us was. That's why I said like it's so many rules. When you with a man, there's so many rules. It's like low. It's like a little. Maybe it sounds incestuous or something, but it's like being with your father.
Hmm.
I don't. I've never. I would say to girls too. I've never been with a man who had a bunch of rules for me because I can't. I'm not doing that. But even without that, even with good D, even it's more fun with the girls because most of them don't have no conversation. They don't want to do the kind of things you want to do. They so sensitive and cop an attitude for whatever. Then he got a funky face for half the day because he didn't whatever, and they can't say what the problem was. So, ugh, no. I would like to go with the girls, and I would like to get me some. You know what I'm saying? On the trip with somebody else, and then we just kick it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And it's not even necessarily a thing where he has a bunch of rules that like is spoken out and whatever. Even the way you have to interact with somebody, you like, oh, this person's sensitive. I can't say this to them, or they might react like this. Let me word it this way. That right there could be like rules to the relationship. They're like, and that's that part you said to end something. Yeah, like, and we understand that like marriage and living with a man is something that men and patriarchy put on us, right? Men in relationships still be out there sticking that thing and that anything that they can get access to. Whereas like women, like we end up being the ones by ourselves and hoping he ain't doing nothing. And I'm like, why even nothing? Because the D stopped working, right?
When
The
it
D
start
stopped
working, they
working.
still be trying to put it in some. It's like you think you will keep that little limp thing with one person. They still be trying to imagine ways to put that limp thing in somebody. Even so much. They value it so much. They came up with a pill to keep it hard rather than coming up with a pill to make sure they don't have the babies they profess they don't want to have.
Yeah, I don't. If you gotta take a pill, sir, I don't want it. I ain't gonna lie, because it's like, nah, you gonna be doing too much. Lux, Millie, it could be however you want it to be, but yeah, I'm pretty sure the way women communicate, it would definitely be a cancel.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I choose the girls trip too, but only because of the way you have to micromanage your bay when you do the vacay. It's like he don't want to go on the excursion. Y'all didn't paid for this or that, and you gotta get him up. You gotta make sure you remember everything. You're basically just playing mama and babysitting, a good amount of the trip, depending on what kind of guy you got, of course. But I feel like that's pretty common that what happens. Whereas with the girlies, I have gone on girls trips. We had a full itinerary. We have an Excel sheet. We know when everybody's flights land. We have breakfast. We have brunch, dinner. That night out planned ahead. Some options just in case we feel frisky. All of that. So I love traveling with the girlies.
Yeah, plus
Do y'all understand?
when you with women, y'all can like you can go off and do your own thing if you want to. When you with a man, he wants you got to be up under him all the time. Like what the fuck is that?
Right, but do you ever notice like when women get along, like, and we're not fighting over dumb bull crap, the world is like literally better. Like, I think the reason why a lot of women are divided is because they feel like they have to compete to get a man or have a man or whatever. But in a community, when it comes to women, like if we like literally just like not put them, what is it? I'm sorry. If we don't decenter men, when we don't decenter men, this is the reason why women actually fight over it. You got women who's okay with being side chicks. You got women who basically put their marriage as like the end all be all. And because I did not, you, a woman who did not get it right, you're worthless. Like our whole entire existence has been literally around a man. Like if a man does not want us, we're trash. If we are single mothers without a husband, we're trash. But a man can literally go make multiple baby mamas with multiple babies and he'll be fine. The only reason why a lot of us women are fighting because we feel like we have to fight for the same men who's going to oppress us. Literally, why are we fighting over who's get oppressed the most? Why are we doing that, women? I have no idea why we're doing that, but we're doing it.
Because when this, they took over because they were stronger. They literally made us dependent. And the only way you could have resources was to be attached to a man. So we began competing with each other for those resources out of survival. And that mentality has not left us. It's been here for thousands and thousands of years. We're just getting to the point where in the last 100 years,
Cynthia, I ain't gonna lie. I don't know what the hell you talking about. In my mind, I'm like, what
women
instrument is that in the background?
Yeah, my daughter, I don't know, she got trombone and clarinet, so I'm guessing, or trumpet and clarinet. She did in the band.
All right.
So
You talking, I'm trying to follow you, and then my mind keeps shifting to that. What's that in the background?
my daughter practicing.
No, that's good. That's good.
But yeah, I know. I was just saying that women are like that. How we got like that is because of all the ways where we was attached, had to attach ourselves to men, and how we competed with each other so we could have a man with the resources. And now that we don't have to do it anymore, those old habits die hard because it's just been what in the last 100 years that women have been able to, buy stuff, buy property, buy things and stuff. Well, before we had to attach ourselves, and you wanted to get the best man, so you fighting for the best man, or the man with the most money in your situation.
That is so
And men
pathetic.
love triangulation. They love it. Go
But
ahead.
that's
Go ahead.
pathetic as us as women because like um we know that men are easy to get and easy to keep. Like literally, I'm a feminist, right? And I'm like a toxic person, but they keep telling me I can like literally change my whole entire personality and be a submissive woman if I wanted a man. Like literally, I can literally do that because I know exactly what to do because I've seen it and it's not that hard. I can literally play a role of a submissive woman who actually like men, and I will have a man. I can be married. I can take all his money. I could do all of this, but I choose not to do that. So like when it comes to men, like y'all, they're really not that they're not worth trying to keep. Most of them, not all. I'm sorry, Tara, I know you say all, but they're not even worth a lot what we have to go through as women. Like they're really not. So I chose the fact that I would rather be, could they call me a lonely, bitter woman that no man wants, which is completely absurd. But it's
No, we not
absurd.
gonna reject
No,
that. We not
huh?
gonna reject. No, don't reject that. Be the lonely, better woman.
Uh, Okay. Look, like the only reason why they could say that I'm bitter is because of what I went through with my abuser.
Hold up, Tori, before we go down that road, what I'm saying is, who gives a fuck what they say? Because like they going to when they say shit like, oh, you can't keep a man, you ain't got a man. You know how many homosexuals out here? Like, if I listen, I can be in a relationship by next week. I swear, if I wanted
Me
to,
too.
I'd be on this bitch on Monday, like, yo, my man in the background. Like like it's not hard or to keep them motherfuckers. They
Do
like
you
straight
understand
dead.
why
Oh,
pick me?
Trinity. Okay, you coming back?
Like why do pick me's have to work so hard to get a man when we know that they're goddamn easy as fuck to get and to keep if we really wanted to keep them?
No,
Why
I
are
had a
pick
plan for them. I
I
was
am
saying,
too.
I said the pygmies need to stop acting like feminists, um, and get that man trapped. And then once you got him, then you can do all the like pick me shit you want to do, like, cause like they love to say they don't want us, but like who the fuck calls you a bitter lonely woman? Cause that sounds like some shit somebody who wants you gonna say. What the fuck you kid with somebody doing in their own home?
That's what I say because they love a free woman. They want a wild woman so they can like oppress her and beat her down. So if and nobody likes the pick me's because they like a challenge. They don't want you to just lay down. They don't want that. So like if you want these losers,
I'm
just
sorry for a second.
act like you don't. Okay. Act like you don't want them. Act like da da da. You know, they could get them. Go ahead, get them. Please get them. Please take them. We don't care. Please. But they won't. They be in there. This girl earlier today was in this dude's life. I can't remember his name, but he was real ignorant. And some young girl get up there with a whole bunch of male-centered BS and da 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 da. She just going on and on. And then he just drops her and says, I mean, I drop you because you know you going on and I want to get back to the top. And I'm like, see y'all? See what happens when you're male-centered? You just get discarded. He didn't even give her the respect to say, okay, but back to the point or da da da. He let that girl talk and then just dropped her. They don't like that. He really wanted somebody like me to go up there, but I'm like, I ain't got no time. That's why I'm so glad Tara went live because it is so ghetto in these streets. I was looking for a live to listen to today. It was just nothing but fools.
I totally agree. I always think that it's the pick me girls that the guys are so traumatized from. All these situations where they want to be like, it goes both ways, and some girls be out here doing this and that and the other. I wholeheartedly believe that it's the pick me girls doing that shit. And it's like that's what we're trying to say. Like we want the women to do better. We want to just give them this knowledge of all of this, expertise that has been passed down over generation after generation of what we've gone through. And just so look, you're going to make the choice you're going to make, but at the end of the day, our predecessors were trying to look out for us, and and it's a blessing to get that lesson, and so I'm like, it's really the pick me's that have put y'all through the most. Like I was in one of Franklin's lives, but he there was a guy up where he was talking about, oh, you women are in the gutter, you women will take anything, you don't have any standards, you'll deal with any man no
Sounds like
matter how
Kyle.
And I'm like, that's what we're talking about. We're talking about those girls. We want them to do better. Like, are you saying the pick-me's need to do better? Oh, I didn't say all that. That is what a pick-me, that's what they do. So it's like, those are the ones who are scarring y'all, but y'all taking it out on women in general.
I actually don't care what they do. It's the putting down of other women that's the problem. They could do what they want to do. It just mind their own business. But it's like when you do this, you got to become the representative and the spokesperson and the recruiter for them. Them women, like, they got to be the representative. They got to defend them. They got to recruit other women and put other women down. If they just stayed over there and did what they did, it would not be a problem.
Well,
But
we
in
call
a
them
contract,
abuse recruiters. We call those type of women abuse recruiters because, like, they don't like. I see a lot. I have. If y'all go on TikTok late at night, I work 12 hours a day at my job. Like, I'm working the whole entire night. There's a lot of women, late night, that will literally like tell, like, they will literally yell at women like, "What do you mean you need a man?" Like, they are in like late night TikTok. And this one woman's like, "Well, I don't need one." So that I hear women chastise other women for not wanting to be the man. So what would happen if and one of those girls, this one girl was like, "I would pew pew them in the face." That is not how this is what the other girls said. That's not how women's supposed to act. That is wrong. And you need to let men be men. Mind you, this woman hairline is all the way up her side of her head. She is like really like old as fuck. And I'm looking like her like, do you think by you doing this, woman, like, because you're not even middle aged, we consider you at this point as elderly? You're really trying to do what? Because you want, the men that don't want you. When I tell you, like, if y'all look at TikTok after dark, these people, these
We
have
see them.
you?
Hold on, we all Tori, we see them people.
It's sick. When I say it's sick, it's so sick. I've never met so much desperation from a middle-aged elderly woman in my life when she basically was like, y'all y'all 4B women, y'all just mad that nobody wants you. This woman is like, if I'm pretty sure she has dentures. I don't know. But she degraded and disrespected women because we don't think like her. And she said that the reason why the community is bad is because we don't want to be with men. She blamed everything on us. Everything. And I asked her, I said, so you're mad that women don't want to choose black men? And automatically she said, well, we need an army. I said, I would not birth a child to fight in a race war. She was like, you are not black, and she kicked me out. Black women who are pick-me's are the most dangerous people in this entire world.
They wouldn't be invited, Tori. They wouldn't be invited.
But do you think I thought that Karen's was bad, but the black pick-me women are even worse. And I'm in right there.
Well, they're gonna be in the army for a cause. From what I hear, they did to the Black Panther Party to them women. When they finish fighting, then who they gonna fight? You?
Yeah, they're very dangerous. I've been surprised in a lot of these lives. I'm not gonna say I don't never be flirting in a live, but I've gone into lives and I'd be like, this is uncomfortable. The way these women be flirting with these dusty men and be like, and you go into the space, you're like, uh-oh, let me get out of here. It just, I don't even see most of them anymore because there was this one, he was talking about child support and he got all these issues with his several baby mamas who taking him to court. He can't see his, and it was all these middle-aged and older black women, like just basically rubbing his back and da da da. And I was like, oh, this is a dangerous, dangerous space. They don't have a lot of power, so I don't know if they're more dangerous than Karens because the Karens can use the state at their disposal, but the black pick-me's, you're right, or they're hella dangerous.
A thought I was having about the tiny home community. I had this idea for an app,
And okay, so recently I had a passing in the family. And so a lot of my family has been coming together and doing different things. And some of us came from different places in the country. And so it just made me.
Should you say it though? I didn't mute you, sorry, but should you say it? Somebody will take you out.
Oh, well, I mean, I was wondering if it already existed. I'm thinking that it probably does, but like a family directory where it's like refer a family member. And so you kind of know like all the occupations that your family members do. And so if there's somebody in the family who's a lawyer or a doctor or an accountant or something like that, that you could just reach out to internally to the family, but then also you would already have, these people on hand to refer for extra business. And so I was thinking like in the in the tiny home community, we would have that. We would have, that bartering system maybe, or, just knowing each other and knowing what different services each other offered so we can support one another.
That's why, like, what I think Cynthia, you said earlier. I'm not sure it was you or someone about the innovation that you would see in these type of communities, because, like, when you talk about a nuclear family, the thing about a nuclear family is just because you and the other person these roles you're supposed to fulfill, you literally don't have the time in the day to kind of sit and relax. But because of the way women support each other, imagine how much extra time you would have to like restructure things or reconsider how things work. That's why I say, like, even a big one I think is childcare, because like we live in a country that literally should have free childcare, but we don't. People have to work jobs and childcare is not in place, and it's very discriminatory. Well, imagine if, like, and I think about the mommies when I say this, where like it's enough women that you all can take turns doing things. Also, in this type of scenario, your living expenses wouldn't be as high, so you wouldn't have to work so many goddamn hours either.
Yeah, cause I had wanted, so as a nurse, I wanted to partner up with another one. Like, hey, I just had put the idea out there. We could do alternating shifts. I mean, alternating days. That way, you could get mine for me, and I could get yours for you on your days, cause we alternate. We would pick jobs where we could kind of vary our days to work, and then nobody would have no child care. I had said to one woman, said a women, hey, why you do nails, you do hair? I know you got to make money, but if you do nails and you do hair, won't you just let her do your nails and you do her hair? They're like, oh no, I'd rather pay for it. I'm like, okay, it makes sense to me, but hey, I guess bartering was not a thing. I guess the flex was saying you had enough money to pay for it.
I think it's one of those you don't know what you don't know things. Not only that though, in that type of scenario, everybody has different skill sets. Like I would volunteer to do some childcare because like I have experience with children. But there may be somebody else who like they cook better. Like it would be more the idea of like egalitarian in the sense that you don't have to take on you don't have to do all these daggone things in one day. It's not all put on you, because essentially that's what happened with women. Now you have to do everything. Like literally, the men, they say they gonna cook, they gonna work. Besides working with, and these motherfuckers be talking about working and taking trash out. Like what the fuck is that? And you gotta every day you gotta cook, you gotta clean, you gotta make sure the kids together. That's like we do it, but that's a lot to put on one person.
Girl, he didn't even want to take the trash out.
And can we say like put in gender roles on men too? Like you understand like the reason why a lot of these men are like unaliving themselves is because they did not like get up to like patriarchy views of men. You had no feelings, you have to provide and protect. I think that the reason why there's a lonely epidemic is because they was taught to be this way. And like a lot of us, like I can provide and protect myself. If you can be my partner instead of my dictator, instead of my head of household, we'll be fine. But I don't think a lot.
They're not gonna fix that problem. But that's the thing. I ain't gonna lie. Even if he wasn't doing all those things, a lot of these men be boring. They annoying. The shit they like to do for fun be like it's giving basic as fuck. When they talk, they more worried about because you have some guys who want to hear about the bullshit you be talking about. They just be bitching. Like no, like even if you not those things, you still can get the fuck out of my face. Cause it's like I don't know. It's just like a lot of I don't know. A lot of these men just want to argue. Like they'll have a bad day and they'll come home and argue with you just because they having a bad day. But then they'll help you wash the dishes. No, you can take your ass on somewhere. You see what I'm
Tara,
saying?
can I tell you something that men are, especially black men, they don't give a flying hell about what happens to black women. You know how I know?
Yeah, we know.
They would rather be the person that oppress black women. They want the masses power. So they was like, when is it going to be our turn to oppress black women? When is it going to be our turn to make black women submit to us? Why do you think a lot of black men, all they fucking talk about is submission?
They say they want 400 years of servitude out of black women to make them, and they want to walk around with YT women so they can feel equal to the YT man. Y'all better give y'all 400 years like y'all
But
gave them
Cynthia,
400
Hold
years
up,
of slavery.
hold up. What's up, Sin?
hey, Sin.
Girl, I'm over here trying to share out this live. Hey y'all.
Hey,
Hey,
sis.
Boo.
Hi Summer, hi Cynthia, hi Tori, hi JP.
What's up, girl?
I'm glad I'm getting to know JP, y'all. She is such a sweet woman. I miscalculated her one time. She checked me and I was like, you got that, sis. Nah, but I was wrong. I ain't gonna hold you, but I'm learning to
I
be
love
accountable for
Sierra. I
my
love.
yeah, I know. I'm learning to be accountable for myself. So when y'all realize that y'all wrong, do me a favor. Check yourselves, process that shit, sit in that discomfort, like Tara always says, and then you could grow. But on another note, what is going on with the top and the bottom?
So the question is, for you, what would be better? We have a tiny home community that is only women versus a nuclear family.
Oh, okay, because I was like, I didn't know who was that in the background. I felt like one of them dumbass, combative ass dudes that be coming up here like, what does the prompt mean? What do you mean by which is better? So I had to double check. But y'all see that, y'all sit there, y'all. If y'all don't know, ask. But just don't do it if you're dumb. Tara, you looking as beautiful as always. Can you touch your glasses for me? Do something to my heart.
Oh
No,
my
I'm
goodness,
playing.
the glasses.
Y'all,
There
she
we
every time she
go.
touch her glasses, my heart flutter. I don't even like
I
women like
saw
that, but it's the intelligence for me, guys. She's amazing. Yeah, what? A small tiny home community of women. Are you serious? Like with 90, what is it? Like 90% of them being in prison? And they get to say they're not emotional, but all of those crimes are quote unquote crimes of passion. No, we don't need them in our communities. Y'all, violent crimes at that, like 90%, and I don't know the stats specifically, but I know it's over 90. So I'm giving them grace with the 90 because it's probably like 98. But with 90+% of the crimes from them being violent crimes, and it's the reason why they are in jail. Like that's crazy. Keep them away from us. Keep them away from the children. Like I'll take the tiny home. I'd rather have neighbors like JP, Summer, Cynthia, Crystal, Tori, Miss Dark Horse. I will go down a list. My Lisa, like I would rather have Tara, women like Yellow. I would rather have women like them as neighbors. Cause I know when I say, can I borrow some sugar, they're not gonna be like, well, did you mean a kiss or you really wanted sugar? Like, nigga, I meant sugar. The fuck? And I land there.
They gonna be coming to talk about, do you need to borrow a cup of sugar? That's what they gonna do.
I can give it to you for free, but with conditions. Like I'm good. I know that my kids will be straight. If they go outside and they run in the streets, it's a village. Like I'll be checking people's kids. I had to run down on one of my neighbor's kids. Like, what are you doing in the street on your bike at 11 years old going against traffic? And then I told him, I was like, please don't do that. And then I talked to his mother and I was like, I just wanted to let you know I saw your son run against traffic and on his bike. And I just wanted to let you know that I spoke to him about it. So I'm speaking to you too. So it's no weirdness. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep it like that. That's not gonna happen in our community. They gonna talk to the little boy. They gonna be like, young man, do that shit all the time. But Papa Willie.
Y'all do the poll. And tap the screen, please. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's a community of women for me.
No, but Liz did come up here early and she shared some stories about essentially. I think it was a man who was giving his wife candy and then having other men come in the house and raping her. I think she said it was upwards of 70 men, and then he got caught because he put a camera in a woman's bathroom and he caught him. And he had some questionable shit on his computer. The woman, I can't remember her name, but she won that race. She unalived, unfortunately. So it's like the thing is like it's so much shit we just so conditioned to. We're so conditioned to the violence in our community, we don't even realize how fucked up it is. It's interesting if women lived in communities with each other and somebody like, well, do you want to go live with these men? The difference, any potential like fears anybody would have would be. You understand what I'm saying? Because you wouldn't be used to it. You'd be like, oh hell no.
So real fast, I have to do somebody's hair in a few, and y'all know I'm gonna keep this live running. I might play music.
Is it that same man?
Yeah, it's the same man, the misogynist. Oh my God, please. I'm gonna probably play music and
let me know he is. I ain't gonna out you, but I'm gonna say some problematic shit for him.
No, girl, that's what I love you, Tara. I love you. That's what I'm trying to be on. Like, I'm trying to put you on the speaker, you heard, and jumping in the conversation and stuff like that. Like, I love y'all. I love Tara. He's a misogynist. He was saying something about him frequenting the strip clubs and stuff. But when he come, I charge him a certain amount. He tip me 40. He bring everything that I need. Whatever I need extra, he bring in. Hey, Phoenix. So I'm all with the shit, but I'm not trying to get off the live. That's what I'm saying. Like, and if I gotta yeah, I was outside today. I don't even want to center myself. I was outside today and they was getting drunk on the corner, drinking on the corner, and one of the dudes started crying, talking about his mom going and all this shit. And it just every time it just brings me back to here. Cause sir, you need therapy, but you out here trying to poke people up and unalive people. Cause you need therapy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Well, that's what I was trying to say. When you sit here online for hours clocking niggas for the shit they do, guess what? When you start interacting with men outside, you be like, ain't this the same shit they be doing all the time? These motherfuckers.
Your friend just came in here, Tara.
Who?
Anti-bully.
Oh, he followed me.
That's why. Do you feel accomplished? I'm not even being facetious. Like,
not really. I think I'm gonna tell you why that is though. So I'm gonna tell you, saying, it's the North cycle. He never got his shit off. He's upset because and that shit happened months ago. But he never got his shit off. Like that shit will follow somebody for the rest of their life, low key. And he not gonna get his shit off. I'm never gonna allow him to get his shit off. I love that I got him trapped like that. I do feel accomplishment when it comes to that because he's stuck.
So he just said in the comments. Sorry, go ahead.
I was like, that's a guy who looked like Mr. Biggs with the circle around his eyes. No, Ron Isley. See the hair?
No. Look, Cynthia, say it with me, okay? Please. And I implore you to please say it with me. After I say it, you say it, please. And I'm not even trying to be weird. His name is Wig.
Wig.
Yeah,
there you go. Period, sis. Wig. Period. Now you on game. You up on game. That's Wig. Yeah, that's Wig. He said he don't know who we are. He don't pay attention to who he's following. But he has he's following 285 people and there's 76 people following him, right? So if you look at the ratio, he definitely knows who he's following, and it's very intentional that he's following Tara specifically. Sitting in these feminist groups, he goes into the groups of the most intelligent women.
I'm trying to correct you. Use a lie. Come on, Wig. Get your shit together. But go ahead, Sam.
So Tara is up. There's only one other woman that I put Tara in the same group as, and that's Thinker. So if you know who Thinker is, you're gonna know that that is a very high caliber of woman, and that's where I put Tara at, intellectually, emotionally, just everything. Right, Tara is everything, and I put Tara higher than Thinker only because I actually know Tara and admire her. Right, so
I'm
when you put her
not.
in
I
that.
just want to make it clear though. Like, I appreciate the compliment, but I'm going to say that for me, I feel like, and I appreciate, I get what you're saying, like for you, but I just want to just kind of insert, like, it's important. Like, community is what benefits everybody, not just one person by themselves. I don't know. It's just be sounding a little patriarchal, and it give me the little itch a little bit. But I get what you're saying.
I apologize because they was doing something today, and Thinker had somebody that she was talking to, and she was like, this community, you are always the person with the positive words. And I was like, oh, I'm that person of the group. And so for me, you're the thinker of the group. I don't want to be patriarchal, right? I just admire you and I admire her. I don't see no men in this. But when it comes to him, he's always trying to match wits with the most top tier women. And that's the point that I'm trying to make. And it just is wild because he's not even on a level of, and I don't even want to put no women in this, but he just doesn't compare, right? You can't compete where you don't compare, and he don't compare. So, yeah.
I just want to say I love Thinker. I used to go to her lives before all the people came. All the comments and shit be making me a little nauseous, but I jump in every once in a while. Shout out to Thinker. Real quick, y'all, we had a poll. Which would you prefer? 100% of the people chose the one at the top. I mean, I expected it, so just letting y'all know in case y'all didn't know.
About the community is this here. You don't have to reside there forever because a lot of people ain't residing. The first home you bought ain't the home that you in now, or the first apartment that you bought. So, people like, oh, it's not if you gonna come, if you want to go. That's a beautiful thing about women that do not buy into the patriarchy. You can come and go as you please. We don't gonna say, oh, you got to stay here forever, ever.
And I say that about even 4B, right? Because I know because of what happened West 4B, a lot of people are like, well, you are you 4B or so they be like, I'm not. You choose what you are, right? If you say if you wake up in the morning like I'm 4B, and then that evening you decide you want some D, shit, you can go to sleep at night and be like, shit, I'm 4B again. Like, that's the way I see it. Like, it is all about, like, women should have the right to do what the fuck they want. We're not children, right? And yeah, it would definitely be you go and come as you please. When it comes to, like, that's what I'm saying, like, with the nuclear family, it may not feel like it. I mean, it may not, that may not be like what people say, but literally you're stuck. You can't go anywhere. How many times have women try to leave these relationships and they are in danger, right? Like I said, like if you went on a romantic getaway versus the girls trip, that man wants you up, he want to be up under you the whole fucking time. Like, and then when they go certain places, they be fucking whining and complaining. Like, don't nobody want to deal with that shit.
All right, real fast. He on his way, so he probably be here in like 5 minutes. I'm gonna put it in the comments. He here. When I say he here, y'all can do say the most problematic shit. Y'all could carry on as y'all carrying on, right? Because he ain't gonna appreciate it. But y'all gonna be on speaker, and he gonna hear everything. And then Cynthia, who is practicing the sax in the background? It sounds beautiful.
Let my daughter trumpet. She got started in band last year with the clarinet, and now she wanted to try the trumpet. So
I'm proud of you, Mom. Thank you for supporting her. That's awesome.
Thanks.
And did you see who was at the door?
So hold up. I like to do different types of case studies. I like to do like different experiments. So I definitely saw who's at the door. I saw it. But yeah, you ain't got to worry about it. I got something for that ass. Did anybody else want to respond to this?
I wanted to point out that with the
hey,
way,
Shawnee.
hey Tara, hey y'all. Um, I I personally don't understand why like women, why especially like moms haven't went towards the route of doing, the tiny the tiny home kind of like community, and then y'all all just like collaborate and like everybody like put their skill sets together to kind of like, just maintain that community together, like particularly without men, because the cognitive dissonance behind what men think fatherhood is, and then like I don't understand like the whole, putting fatherhood on a pedestal. Yeah, it's this expectation that we should just allow men to be like mediocre when it comes to their parenting. Like that's how it should be. And I don't understand that logic behind it. It's either like you either want to be a parent or you don't want to be a parent. But I'm tired of like men always wanting certain roles and then not living up to the expectation of the role. It's just like you're just better off opting out if you don't want to live up to this expectation, because at the end of the day, like that's your life and that's your choice. Like nobody's forcing you to do anything. Nobody's forcing you to adhere to the status quo. So if you don't want to be a dad, like you don't have to be one. But I just think it's the whole like concept of a nuclear family. It's not sustainable. It's very isolating. I don't like people promoting it because I feel like in those type of dynamics, like we're also normalizing abuse, and we're also normalizing like not the whole, even just the whole concept of like the nuclear family. It's not rooted in community. It's very much rooted in isolation, individualism. Like there needs to be like a balance when it comes to being community oriented and then embracing like individualism. I feel like there really needs to be a balance, because when you get too far on the end of like the spectrum, especially like individuality, that leads to all that isolation and stuff. So me personally, I just think women should just create like a community together, like, and take care of their kids in that manner, because this whole like married single moms shit, like it ain't doing, it ain't hitting like it's supposed to. I think that's worse off, because you got two people in a household and you're still doing majority of the labor, and on top of that you're working. Like that's, I feel like that's worse. So you might as well just co-parent with other women. That's how I see it.
Yeah, you still got men who go viral for doing a bare minimum with their children. And the thing about the nuclear family, it can only be an individualistic, because the point is, men. One of the reasons why they want the nuclear family is so they can be head of household, so that they can lead something. They don't want to be something where they're part. Not their mentality. They don't want to be when they're like part of some community and they just kind of fade in, because a lot of times, like when you less than mediocre, you like don't nobody give you that recognition. You become like a weirdo or some shit like that. They don't want to be that. They want somebody who's gonna worship the ground they fucking walk on and give them an ego boost and stuff all like that. So like the nuclear family can only be individualistic. And yeah, and it just isolates you because you become this ploy for this insecure ass man.
And
Um
and I wanted to point out, I'm not with playing pretend with men. I'm not here to,
yeah, that line is saying, yeah, we ain't
yeah,
doing nothing.
I'm just not here to play into their delusions of grandeur. I'm not here for it. I don't want to partake in you trying to cosplay patriarchy while at the same time complaining about it. Like I'm not I'm not with that shit. I never really have been, and I never will be. Like I'm grown. We too old to be playing pretend in society like this for some shaky ass like systems of oppression that y'all are trying to uphold. Like I don't have time for it.
I was this morning. You know how you put YouTube on and then go to something next, and I was in the shower, but I couldn't turn it off. And what these men who were in leaders of the church, I don't want to call them preachers because they were YT men. I don't know what they YT people called in their church, and they were talking about how when his wife miscarried and how he wasn't there and how he was stoic. And I'm like, you are a horrible preacher. And how it took him years and years and years to come to that realization of how he did that. And it took his son, because his son was a twin, and his twin was done, and he hadn't told the son. And when the son found out, he's like, he want his other half. And it wasn't even his wife. He didn't even respect his wife enough to see the realization it had to be a male person in his son for him to have it. And like, how you a whole, I'm going to just call a YG man a preacher. I don't know what they call him in their church. But you're supposed to be the person with this compassion, empathy, sympathy that you couldn't extend to your own wife, yet they are leading. And it really came off the conversation of how some men who were against abortions are now becoming activists because they have been affected by it. Maybe their wife, one of them wife, had miscarried and they did not want to
Thank you.
do something for her, and how she had to go to another state, and now he's becoming an activist and stuff for it. And it's crazy because these same men can't even keep up with their own medical stuff. It's their wives that do it, but they have the power. They don't even know what
Yeah,
medicine
that's like Boogeyman who was up here, swallowing snot and shit, talking about he about to tell us what's good for us. Like that's crazy. Real quick, Cynthia though, I'm gonna let KGR and Yellow say something, and then I want to kind of like I have a question. I kind of want to do like a quick review of something that happened last night and get people's opinion. Okay? Did you want to land real quick, Cynthia?
how these people who don't even keep up with their own medical history can have so much say so, and it's their wives, but they have the power to make the decision.
Hey KGR, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing, love?
Good.
I am just finishing up work.
Oh, I can hear you in the car.
Yeah, I just finished up work.
Yeah. How you do today?
I did okay-ish. Okay-ish. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. I mean, I was productive. That's a good thing. That's done.
Good stuff. I actually put together my spreadsheet for my tracking sheet, and the neurodivergent, usually we can't get all that stuff done in one day along with write a bunch of other stuff, but I did it.
Well, damn. I can make a beautiful fucking chart, but that don't mean I'm gonna do the shit that I put in that chart.
Yes. Same. But I was very proud that I actually did the chart itself.
That shout out to you. That shit is hard.
Thank you.
Hey, hello.
Everybody.
Oh, my bad.
I was just going to say hey to everybody on the panel. Love y'all.
Hey.
Hey, hello.
Hey y'all.
Hey.
Which is better? I like the top one, but I need it to be just a little bit bigger. That's just a little bit too tiny for me. And do I get a garden?
You can't come to my tiny community. Those are perfect. Those are perfect.
No, I be liking stuff. But
no. You gonna have to live. You gonna be living on a big house. You live in the big house at the end of the block.
Okay. You know what? I'll live in the nuclear family community and just not have a nuclear family and let the people be mad. That's all. Let them eat cake. Because, and I agree with the nuclear family is trash. And one of the things that, I don't know if I've ever heard anybody talking about it, but I was just thinking about it today. It really doesn't leave room for like the LGBTQI community, whether it's as the parents or as the children. When you're obsessed with this nuclear family thing, how's that work out for you if you end up with a child that's in the community? It's hard enough for them to deal with what they got to deal with outside in society than to be living in something in their home that is like so strict that they feel othered inside their own home, and that's the kind of situation that's going to create. So yeah, it's never gonna be nuclear family for me. As y'all know, my younger son is part of the community, alphabet community. And I just like cannot stand for anything that would lead to his own discomfort. And I think that pushing that agenda leads to his discomfort. So there it is. That's what I feel.
Hold up. Real quick. Let me type this out. Hold up. What was that? Hold up. I was gonna change this. I'm gonna change the topic. Real quick. My goodness. But I agree with you, Yellow, what you just said. It's definitely heteronormative in a way that, like, I don't know. It's just like, hold up, y'all. I'm trying to do too much at one time. Yeah, it's definitely heteronormative. This idea that, like, even the gender roles, and that's why some of the same SMEX relationships end up being toxic, because in those relationships you see a lot of gender roles, and then that become an issue, right? Y'all remember the guy from last night though? The one we was talking. Y'all remember the case study from last night?
I wasn't on last night. What happened?
So, oh my gosh, let me say this first. One thing I can't stand, huh?
Be okay?
Yeah, so this man been coming around the lives for months, right? And he's just a hot mess. Let me just say this. So, I'm gonna try to summarize it, and then somebody else probably gonna jump in because I realize I'm not the best person to summarize and stuff. But essentially, he was talking about how he messed up in his first relationship, but then every time we pressed him about something, he would back up and be like, "Oh no, there was something she was doing wrong," and essentially, he did everything perfectly. And I swear, it's like, one, she not here to defend herself, and like men are known for doing that. They like to paint themselves like perfect, like they did everything they were supposed to do. But essentially, they be trash as shit. They'll be like, "Oh, my girl did this or she did that, whatever." And the whole time he dirty dicking, he know he a piece of shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's like he want to come to other women to get validation, and like what he did is okay. Like, no, you like, and the thing is, we be clocking it. Like, we clock it in real time when they be talking. Like, sir, like, you a hot ass mess. Like, you talking about what she doing? You probably cheating. You probably doing like we know you doing all the things. Like, you probably giving subpar ass dick. Except for that woman, she got to keep laying with your lousy dick ass. Like, it's other. I don't know. It's the men have the nerve to complain about these relationships when they fucking as insecure as they are. It's just crazy because it's like, no, sir, we don't want to hear about how this woman did you wrong because we know you're a fucking liar, because that's all y'all do. Y'all come to women and y'all want to be fucking victims, but the whole time you're a fucking predator. But yeah,
That man was in my nightmare.
For real.
No, literally. Like, remember, I was half asleep and I thought I was talking on a panel and I was sleeping. Like, I was hearing him in my dream. It was terrible.
That sounds so annoying. And I'm not gonna lie, I was listening to a Reddit story today, and it just reminded me of that. Like, this dude was trying to say that his fiance broke off their engagement for no good reason because she wanted to spend too much money on her wedding dress. And then when she put out hers, she was like, first and foremost, I make triple his salary, so I don't know what the hell he's talking about. I was paying for the dress. He's going to sit there trying to tell me I can get a wedding dress off of wish.com. And she's like, and on top of it, he's a liar. He started screaming and yelling because he was like, you shouldn't be spending money like this. You should be. And she's like, it's my money. What are you talking about? And like the way he'd written his story, like everyone clocked it. Like all the Reddit people had clocked it. They're like, first off, this don't sound right. Mm-hmm. Secondly, you sound stupid. Who's going to wear a Wish wedding dress? And 3, why do you think that you get a say on what she spends on her wedding dress? Especially since it was like cheap too. She got a sample. Caught it on a sample sale, so it was only $1,000.
And that's the thing. Why it's so weird that people go to places like Reddit and lie. It's just fucking weird. Like, and these same men, they'll say this shit to women because they try and lie themselves into some pussy or whatever. But like, why you typed all that shit out to put online? Bitch, you know you lying. Like, you want people to validate your lie? Like, it's some weird ass shit. But damn, Ruthie, what's up, Ruthie? Ruthie in the abyss somewhere, y'all. Oh, there you go. How
I'm
you
not
doing?
listen, I just want y'all to know if the teacup there, the teacup not there, I listen. I'm here, I'm present. Amen. I can see you. I know I can see you, Tara. I can see you. You being real light skinned right now. I just want you to know. Okay? It's giving Drake behavior. Okay? Jimmy, behave yourself. But you know, well, I just want to let y'all know I'm a Fenty girl. I can officially say it out loud.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you.
You said Fenty?
You gonna hook us up with
Yes.
some coupons? So, because I love
Coupons.
that.
They just launched my video earlier today.
For real?
I put it in the chat and I tagged everyone.
Oh,
I saw it.
I don't be
I
reading
saw it. I saw it. You looked beautiful.
Thank you kindly. Thank you kindly.
And I messaged on it, but like my Instagram is very different than my TikTok. So I put like the little yellow chick emoji next to it. So when you see it, you'll know that's me.
Congratulations, Ruthie. I'm happy for
Thank
you.
you.
You deserve that shit. Ruthie be working hard, y'all. She be up here
Thanks.
with us and working at the same time.
Yeah, I got my report back from my phone and it says that my screen time is 17 hours.
Damn.
God damn.
17 hours. I'm like, yeah. When people be like, oh, content creators are overpaid. Yeah, well, when I break down how many hours I work a day, baby, it's about 30 cents. 30 cents a day.
I gotta make a video today. I'm gonna put it in Discord. I got a message today from TikTok I did not expect to get. I'm like, I need to make a video.
Did you see Liz's video? Liz did a video about calling Kamala Harris by her first name.
No.
It is really cute. It's rich. It's very well done. Very well edited.
I gotta look at. I feel like I be when I get home, I just like decompress and get online. I gotta go look. I'm gonna go check it out.
Yeah, definitely go over to Liz's, or I could share. Well, I'm on the live right now, but I was about to say I'll
I'm
share
gonna
it.
put my laptop.
I could go on my tablet and share it to you. It's really well done and really well edited, and she looks gorgeous in it. Actually, when you see Liz in her videos, you be like, her profile picture does not do her justice at all.
All right, and we still going over there at 9:30, y'all. I'm just letting y'all know.
Yes.
In case y'all didn't know, at 9:30 we going over Liz's house.
She got bonbons and croutons. No, not together, but I don't know. It rhymed. It don't go together, but whatever. She got the crudité on the charcuterie board. How do y'all say that? Charcuterie? That's it, right? Charcuterie?
Charcuterie.
the charcuterie
I'm about to
board.
report your account, Tara. Enough.
No, I'm not. No.
It's gonna be cheese platter and all types of fancy crackers. Yeah, actually, it's definitely gonna be all kinds of crackers over there. That's the topic for the night, anyway.
Grown people Lunchables.
Huh?
Grown folks Lunchables. Adult Lunchables.
No, the topic for the night is it's all men till it's no men, and it's all white people till it's no white people. That's what I say. It's gonna be all kinds of cheese and crackers over there, and grapes and whatever else on the charcuterie board.
Girl, we just got some raisins on our job, and YT people is YTing. It is crazy. the stuff that they do. Like it was like $11 raises that we got. And so now we could get staff in instead of using agency. And when I tell you the YT people doing their thing, there is a mess. And you see the BS. I feel like whistleblowing.
I had a question. Can I ask a question now, y'all? And
No
I decided
questions. $5 for questions.
Yellow, I love you so much. You was looking really pretty today. I stopped into your live for a little bit because you did it after I was going to bed, but I was like, I'm gonna stay up for a little second, pop in. And then I woke up. I was like, Yellow is gorgeous. Like I could just imagine you smell like cocoa butter.
I
Your
do be
skin
smelling like
is.
shea butter.
I ain't gonna lie. I don't really. I was always very hetero until I met y'all and the intelligence in this group. Like I just be wanting to run my fingers through y'all dreads and listen to y'all talk all day.
Oh, I'll let you touch my dreads if you like. But listen, I don't really like my hair run through. I like it pulled, but whatever.
I got my friend here, y'all. He did a little eyebrow raise. He like that. But I was gonna say, so if anytime a man ever talks shit about their girl, is because what you said, Tara?
Oh, did I say it again?
If a man ever talked shit about their girl, because my baby father used to do it to me. Like both my baby fathers actually did it. What does that mean?
About you? Oh, that's just triangulation. Cause like he don't have nothing else to offer. So instead of him like talking about his good qualities, he want to put another person down, use another woman, and then he's trying to triangulate himself into some pussy.
So, what you say, Anthony?
I think it's mainly to make it seem like the baby mama isn't an issue.
Like she's not an issue? No. Oh, he was. Because he ain't got a kiss on wall. And I know how y'all be feeling, but he was saying he think it's basically like to make it seem like the other woman is not an issue. But why would you do that if you still with her? Obviously, she's an issue if you want to talk to other women. But my thing, because one of my baby fathers, this was years ago, right? His girl that he had another baby with after me, she made a post about like, oh, would you get your baby? Would you get your you good, Yellow? That sounded like she was drinking something and it went down the wrong pipe.
No, I was like choking on my vape, but because I'm vaping laying down, like if I don't know better. But I had a rough day. Go ahead, Sam.
I love you, Yellow. I hope your day goes exponentially better moving forward. I hope you get good rest. Don't be arguing with people on the panels in your dreams.
That shit was terrible. And I was like trying to yell, and I was like, nobody can hear me. Can you
She was
hear
like,
me?
I was in the room with y'all. Y'all was outside the room, and he was in the room.
Yeah, he was popping in and out the room, and Tara was in the room with me. So, and I'm like, Tara, can I go? And then everybody just kept talking, and I was like, is it my? And then like there'd be like a little pause, and I try to jump in, and then somebody else would be talking because I could hear all of y'all, and obviously I'm in my dream, so you can't hear me. It was terrible.
Yeah, I log off of panels when I start getting tired because I talk in my sleep, y'all, and I'll be saying some shit. But yeah, I was saying because he was like, it just to make the other girl feel more safe and let them know that the other woman is not important. But so my baby father, he had my first daughter's dad. He had another baby after me, and she had made a post like, oh, somebody tagged me in it too. She was like, and it was messy as fuck for that. But she was like, would you get your baby mother a gift on Mother's Day? And he was under the post like, hell no. Mind you, he's $33,000 in arrears. He's never paid a dime for my daughter. He's never bought her anything really. He don't see her, all types of shit. So what would be the point of you talking about me being a bad mom, which is what he said, to your new baby mother?
Them's be the niggas. Oh, am I on mute? No. I was like, them's be the niggas that talking about passport, bro. Sir, you can't get a passport. You're 33,000 in arrears. It's gonna be no DR for you, sir.
But how they be talking about the fact that they'll be like, oh, black women have debt from going to college, but that nigga in debt for child support. Like, sir, only one of our debts can lead us to jail. Like, what the fuck? It's not even a competition.
Thanks.
It just ain't sit right with me because he was talking about me like a dog. My other baby father, I think, I had a C-section. I was in the hospital for 2 days. The day I came home, someone was like, run through his phone. I ran through his phone and he was talking about me like a dog, saying the baby wasn't his, knowing the baby was his. and all this stuff to another woman, and she was just eating that shit up like, oh wow, that's crazy. So like, what would be the purpose of a man talking about his girl to another woman, but he's only saying negative things, nothing positive about her?
Because he's trying to smash.
They just trying to say, oh, you can save me, baby.
Anthony, I heard that. My friend was in the background like,
I'm just so miserable. I can't just leave her because she got my kid. She keeping my kid away from me. I'm just trying.
That's all that shit is.
I love that we're waking up. I mean, even if it is little by little and just a few of us at a time, I love that we're waking up and not allowing men to triangulate us anymore. I have to go over to I have to she said 8:30. At 8:30 I gotta go over to Dark Horses Live.
Oh, for the sports thing.
Yeah, football. I want to just show her some
Okay, is
support.
it 8 or 8:30?
It was supposed to be 8 o'clock, but she just messaged in Discord that she's running late. It's gonna be 8:30.
Oh, we can leave here 8:30 to go show her some support.
Yeah, she always supporting us. Always,
We
always.
would definitely go over there and support Dark Horse.
Yeah. But I was just gonna pop in, y'all, because I have an affinity for sports. Like I can't stand it. I don't want to hear about it. But I'm gonna pop in because she's a woman, and maybe that might change my perspective. But I wasn't gonna stay for long. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I love Dark Horse to death, but I do
But
not like sports.
you could run and do a little 500 likes and run. I mean, that's still something. You know what I mean? Run the little bar over 5 times. But
all them balls, basketball, football. She could keep all the balls, golf balls, all of them.
she knows golf too.
They can have them. I will not be competing for them balls. I want them balls. I won't.
Tennis is good.
I love
tennis. Was Dark Horse raised with her father in her life? No, I ain't gonna ask that because she's not here. Never mind, that was dumb. But
Yeah.
I feel like women. Yeah, see, I feel like it's super important for men to be good men and also participate in the lives of their daughters for that reason, because you help them become well-rounded individuals and they could talk about just everything. Like
Sometimes they can't though. Sometimes they need to stay the fuck away from their daughters. They don't need to be
that good, girl. I was very specific about that for that reason, because I just got my license like 2 years ago and I bought my car. Me and my homegirl, we went out to like City Island, and she ain't tell me she was linking with somebody else out there. She had another person meet her, and this was my first time driving on the highway. I was terrified. I had to come back. When I got to the highway, I parked my car and I just cried before I got to the highway, because like, why my daddy ain't teach me that and he know how to drive?
But your mommy could teach you how to drive. I taught my sons how to drive.
But my mom had 3 kids and she didn't. I'm gonna be real. She didn't have access to a car. It was something that I read in Black Feminist Thought, the book, about how because Black women always have to work, we don't always have access to education. And I'm not making excuses, guys, but realistically, because we always have to work and put our focus into other things, we don't have access to other resources, which makes it very hard for us to grow in certain areas. And my mom, she knew how to drive. She never had access to a car at the same time that she was raising us, so she never got the chance, which
All
she
right,
would
so
have.
can I clock you in? Can I clock you on something in love?
Yeah, do your thing, because we for
So
growth here.
you just did a WandaVision, right?
I've heard you say that before, but I don't know what you
Okay.
mean when you.
So, all right, are you familiar with WandaVision, the show on Disney Plus? It's
Yes.
You are?
I haven't watched it, but I'm into anime and Marvel and DC, so I know.
Right. So Wanda is the Scarlet Witch, right? And in WandaVision, because Vision unalives in which one was it? Not Endgame, the one right before Endgame, Infinity Wars, right? Vision unalives in Infinity Wars, right? And Wanda and Vision was in love with each other.
And that silver dude, whatever, right?
Yes, the one that was like half machine or whatever he was. So in WandaVision, which is like a spinoff after Endgame, Scarlet Witch like creates this entire town. And like she has everybody like in this like mesmerized state, like playing her game pretend, so that she could pretend she has a nuclear family with Vision. So it's her, Vision, and they have twin sons, right? But none of this is real. all of it is fake, right? And she's creating like this perfect family. She actually uses like sitcoms from the past to kind of like create the episodes. And this is actually Lynn's theory, like call me Lynn's theory, right? That men, she says, but you just did it, so I guess it happens to women as well. When their dad is not in their life, they create a WandaVision, a fake universe of how things would have been if they daddy was there. Your daddy might have been a sucky ass driver.
Can I tell you, Yellow, that's what my therapist said. When I express, I'm not to interrupt, I'm sorry, but
no, you
when
go ahead.
When I expressed that same thing to my therapist, she was like, realistically, your father would not probably, if he's not a good person now to you, he wasn't never going to be a good person. Yep. So the fact that you're romanticizing your relationship with your dad of what it could have been was never going to be. So even if he was in your life, he wouldn't have been a great person because he was on D-Rugs, right? Yeah, so what you just said, it tracks.
Yeah,
No,
you gotta watch that.
I have the luxury of my father wasn't in my life, right? And when I was younger, I used to do shit like that. But I have two siblings who he did raise. And oh, the American, that's so fucking cute. Oh my God, this threw me off a little bit. That was so fucking cute. But what was I saying? Oh yes, I got two siblings that was raised by him, and it's given. I'm glad. As fucked up as shit was. I'm glad I was where I was at, cause that's true. Cause I get into admitting a lot of shit, but that does happen to us too. It's like we think our missing fathers would have been the sitcom dads. We're like, no. Your father, you had your father. You just had a deadbeat father. You had a trash ass father. Like that was your father. When you start thinking, oh, if my father around, he'd be like the guy on the TV show. That wasn't your father. Your father had could have came around, and he chose not to. So like we have to remember, even when the father not there, we had our father. We just had the deadbeat father.
They do things like this here. They'll call you out of nowhere, be like, can I get out my baby? And if you have something planned and you can't drop everything because you ain't heard them from 50 million years, that's going to be the one time they say, oh, I tried to get you, but your mama wouldn't let me. The one time they call out to me just so they could be able to say that in the future.
I will say, since my dad was in my life, my parents been married forever, but the beginning of my life, my dad was a crap dad. He was a crap individual. He became a much better person, as I got older. But just because you have a father in your life doesn't mean they teach you a lot. The reason we learned to drive, and I'm going to be straight, my dad wasn't the one who taught me to drive. It was my brother. Now, my dad taught my brother, but only because he needed him to drive the tractor. So my brother taught me so I could take over driving the tractor. So we weren't 16 or 15 learning to drive. We were 10 and 11. So no, parents do this thing often, especially if you have multiple siblings, where the older sibling ends up training the younger siblings on how to do stuff. Me and my husband taught my baby sister how to drive. My middle sister, I think my uncle taught her, and our dad was in our home. He just didn't have the time and high anxiety, so it wasn't safe for him to teach us because he would just yell at you. So yeah, very rarely do you have parents who meet an ideal, whether they're present or not present. They're not ideal because they're people, and they're usually flawed and effed up as across the board. So you can imagine a relationship of how he could have been, and that's good. It's a coping technique, but at the end of the day, you had the courage.
It's coping, though. It's ineffective coping.
Yeah, I know.
Ooh, can y'all hear me? Because my bars are a thing.
Yeah, no, it's a coping technique, and it's not the most effective. The better way to view it is
why my bars like this? I'm in Wi-Fi.
Because they being weird. It's better to look at it from the perspective of you survived, and you did better even with him not in your life. Tracks go back on. Let's see. So yeah, no, Like, it's okay to sometimes feel like that, but then you have to bring yourself back to the fact that that's not real and it never would be real. And it's okay to say that. It's okay to have absolute disappointment in somebody. And it's okay to mourn your loss and mourn what never was.
Hi. Hey y'all.
Hey sis, what's going on?
Nothing much, but I'm glad this topic is this topic because this is something that I struggle with. And with struggling with it, it's hard for me to express a lot, right? So I have a stepfather who is my dad. He's not my biological dad. I didn't find out about my biological dad until I was 16 because I was told a different story, right? So having that absence of a biological father, I always envisioned him being someone I seen on TV or however, only because of the stories that I was told. Once I found out that he was murdered when I was younger.
Hold up. You gotta watch what you say.
Oh, I'm sorry. Unalived. I'm so sorry. Unalived. Growing up, it was different with having a stepdad that was there. But even with him being there, I didn't look up to him. I looked up to like my grandfathers, my uncles because of what I saw. And I didn't like what I saw in him. So not liking what I saw in him, I didn't want to look up to him because I'm like, that's not the type of man I want for one in my life. And if I did have kids, I didn't want them around that. So I looked up to other people, well, other men, basically, of what I saw, what I like to see, or however the case. But this is, give me one second.
Tara, real quick, I'm gonna go ahead and drop. I'm trying to do more to put like a voice to the face and the name. So you might see me try to join when it seems cool, when it's not too much going on. And so thank you so much for having me up today.
All right, take care, JP.
Right.
Bye, JP.
All right, Cynthia. My attention span going out right now. So real quick though, because Dark Horse is supposed to be doing her 8:30, and I don't want to stroll in late. So let's do one last cycle around the panel if y'all want to say anything, and then I'm gonna go find this Fenty video because I want to go support.
Oh yeah, she looks gorgeous.
IG or is it your TikTok
Thank
or both?
you.
Is it your IG or TikTok or both?
It's on Fenty's Instagram.
Okay.
I'm gonna be in the comments like I know her.
Listen, that's how I was. I was like, "Oh my god, you look beautiful," and then I realized like my Instagram is not my TikTok, so I had to put the little yellow chick emoji in there. So when you see that comment, it's me.
I love y'all. Thank you.
Love you too. So I went, since we're talking about like making money on social media stuff, I had to send an email into TikTok today because they didn't send me the thing for me to be a part of the affiliate program. And then I went on there and I tried to register for it. And I remember that I tried to register for it before and they kept declining me, right? And it was saying something about my address or whatever. And I didn't put two and two together that the same problem I was having with the board of nursing is the same problem I was having with them, which is my address and the address on my driver's license didn't match. So now, of course, I have the right one. So I was like, okay, I'll take the picture. of the new license with the right address on it and send it in. And then they were like, you've exceeded the number of registrations that you can do. I'm like, damn it, I never actually registered. You crap holes have declined me. So I sent them an email, and I don't know, we'll see how it goes. Because I would like to be able to sell my little trinkets and stuff, like Yellow's favorite things. You know what I mean? Like do some little videos here and there on things that I buy from TikTok Shop. Because I do buy things on TikTok Shop, so I might as well
I
be
was
able
just
to.
about to ask. You talking about specifically for TikTok Shop, right?
Yeah.
So some of my mutuals, baby, they be making bread on TikTok Shop.
Don't
I
make
don't
me
use
hurt.
it. I tried it a couple times and it was cool, but like I didn't want my page to turn into QVC because I do
Mm-hmm.
more like, real based like tutorials. But I can tell you that from people I talked to personally, they said if you put the work in, the money is there and it's worth your time.
Yeah, I mean, but they just have to freaking approve me. That's the problem. Like, the minimum is 5,000 followers. I'm at 5,300. And like, send me my shit so I can make a little coins. Cause you make like, 20% or whatever it is on the sale. Yeah, give me my shit.
Shit, you making me want to start one now.
I
Yeah.
noticed something about me though, y'all. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I be like, I'm like, I want to sell some stuff, and I'm gonna get up and do a video, and that shit just didn't happen. I don't know. I don't know what it is.
Oh, hey y'all, can y'all just go look at my past two videos I posted because they're like shadow banning me again.
Oh, okay. I'll be right back. I'll do it now.
I love the one you put up there the other day.
Which one?
The one you were just with your hair out. I like this is a you look really good in that picture in the video.
Oh, thank you. I did the one on like because I stitched Dr. Julio today because I was like, this ninja on something. I think he might like he be acting like he on that stuff sometimes. Allegedly. Just saying.
I hate that people call that man doctor. When I see him, I be like, "What's up, Julio? What you want?"
So do I.
What you want? Not the echo.
It's because I went and looked at KGR's video. Let me drop and come back.
Not the echo. Are we? Oh, that's the time.
But yeah, I just want to say I like the Mommune. I think that's awesome. I think that's how it should be. I think that's how we were supposed to be as a people. And yeah, that's it. All right, I'm gonna drop so you guys can go over because I'm gonna go on Instagram and see Ruthie's video.
Oh, I just found the video.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna go over and like it up, okay, Ruthie?
Thank you. I was really feeling myself when I made that video, y'all. And per usual, there's no filters, there's no beauty edits. I haven't gotten any work done on my face. I don't have any fillers, none of that shit. So when I do a makeup tutorial, it is real.
Can I play the volume or no? No, I'm gonna just.
Hold up. I figured out how to do it so that you don't get the in whatever.
You said show just part of it or something like that.
So what you're gonna do, leave your green screen on and flip your camera so that the face that shows is her face. You gotta change the green screen out of the little circle thing though. Because otherwise we'll only see the little circle of it. So, like change the one where it'd be like your whole big face in the thing, and then you'll see like Ruthie's floating head, and we could watch it that way.
So what I do?
Okay, put your green screen on. Not that one.
This one? This one?
I don't know. I can't tell because you don't have nothing behind it. It's okay. Yeah, it probably is that one. Go ahead with that one. Yeah, it is that one. So put a background, any background, it don't matter. There you go.
Oh, I get it. Okay. Look at Ruthie, y'all. Let me get up in here.
That's me.
All right, we're gonna play it.
Hyperpigmentation and acne scars. I like to.
No, we're gonna play it. Make sure you play from scratch.
If you want to know how to get your skin from looking like this to this, keep watching. Because of my hyperpigmentation and acne scars, I like to have a foundation that's medium to full coverage. Because in the areas where I need the most coverage, I can take a dense brush like the 145 and pack it on. And then the areas where I don't need the coverage, I can just blend it out with a little bit of product. I have dry skin with an oily T-zone, so it's rare to find a foundation that's going to be hydrating, give you that glass-like skin, but still be sweat resistant, waterproof, and transfer resistant. I bet you're wondering what happened to all those acne scars now, huh? And there's no filter. I have not even set the foundation yet, and look how luminous and skin-like the texture is. I have an oily T-zone, so I love using the Invisa Matte Instant Setting and Blotting Powder to absorb all of that excess oil. Oh, you thought I was done? I could stop here, but I won't. I'm putting this highlighter on my cheeks and pressing it into the center of my lid to attract more light to my eyes. Here's the final look with no filter. If you want to know how to get your skin from looking like this to this, keep watching. Because
I love that look. Hold on.
Thank y'all.
Let me like this shit and share this shit and all the things. How you share on Instagram? It's not the same.
No, I think you have to use repost app. It's like a whole thing. Like, and then she's not really getting the repost in that same way from Instagram, unless it's changed. I haven't been on Instagram in a long time. I
You
really
can share to your story.
There you go.
Okay. I'm just looking a picture up there for a second. That's what's up though. So
I be working behind the scenes, y'all. I be working.
we know you be working. Shout out to Ruthie, y'all. I love this look.
Thank you. It was very 90s inspired. I did my own hair too.
Did you? It's gorgeous.
Thank you. The little updo, bunch of bobby pins, girl. I didn't know what I was doing. I was just sticking them anywhere.
Are those press-ons?
And you know it.
And y'all, if
And
y'all
you
don't
know
know, Ruthie loves press-ons, right? Like, I never, like, I don't know, like the press-ons never stay on for me, so I always end up like going to pay a gazillion dollars to get my nails done. But Ruthie has like a whole like box kit with another box kit with another box kit of
I have a
all
whole
different.
station.
Yes, of
It's a mess because
press-ons.
me and my daughter be doing our nails a lot. But like, it's a whole like we take it seriously. You feel me? This is my favorite one. It's like a set of 500. These are the ones I got on now, but I do my own designs. Oh wait, y'all can't see.
Oh wait,
I do my own designs. I did these myself, but this is how they were.
Okay.
That's how they come, but I did my little, my little 1-2. And then I got my little sets over here, different designs,
I
different
told
lengths.
y'all. You think I was making? You think I was making that shit up?
And then I got all kinds of top coats, different gel. This is all gel. And then I'll use this little thing for the designs. And then we got more nails down here. Some more shit down here. This motherfucker. Oh, look, I can't wait to use these motherfuckers right here.
Oh, those are gorgeous.
Yeah, this is all different kinds of, all nails and design shit. Little stickers and whatnot. Because these girls are tripping. Like, no shade to the nail girls. Literally. I'm not paying you $100, $150 for no gemstones, baby. I'm not gonna be able to do that. We got gemstones at home.
It's food at home, y'all.
Seriously. Nope. I do press-ons. Because you know what?
Ruthie, Ruthie just like, I got some shit over here. That was so cute though.
Yeah.
What do you do with your designs when you don't? You just like,
I just throw them away. I keep them on for like a week and a half.
Mm-hmm.
Because the camera that I use, it picks up on the details. So once my nails get any type of like chipped or faded, I put on a new set. So if you look at my videos, it looks like I go to the nail shop all the time. It's me. I'm the nail shop.
Thanks for resubscribing, Jerry. I appreciate you. Yeah, that's pretty. I didn't know you made your own nails. You doing it all. Did hair done, nails done, makeup done. Did that shit all on your own.
And I do. Shout out to somebody's son, yeah, man, for paying these bills so I can stay at home and do this shit.
Love that.
That's what's up, though. I'm happy for you. Y'all go to Instagram and share Ruthie her video on Fenty. That's a great fucking accomplishment.
Thank you. It was definitely on my mood board, like for sure. Everything, like when I talked to y'all guys before about being neurodivergent and having to plan every single little detail in order to make it happen, like this was one of the major goals. And I knew I like broke it down step by step on how to even get noticed by them. Like, so when I be giving y'all advice and shit like that, I'm sorry for being overwhelming sometimes, but I be trying to give like the details. Cause that shit really does matter. Like, I don't just be saying that shit just cause I like to hear myself talk. I mean, but I do like to hear myself talk. It's great. You know what I'm saying? I do like that part too, though, if I'm being honest.
You're so funny.
Girl, I'm an only child. I used to bust into my dad's room talking about some, hear ye. I have an announcement. And he's like, oh, fucking, what, Ruth?
Your
What?
poor daddy.
Can you imagine, though? Think about this. Me being an only child, a girl to a girl dad. Not only do I have a single father, he's a girl dad. Ciao.
So hold up, y'all. If I start selling products on my main page, I can still talk shit on live, right?
Yeah, Ruthie does.
Okay, I'm gonna try it. I don't know. I really be trying to be motivated. I don't know what's wrong with me. I got a message this morning and they said that they was gonna monetize my videos and if I make something they was gonna push it out. And I'm like, oh shit. And then all day came and I'm like, I did make the video and I'm like, I don't know why it's such a
How is
struggle.
that happening? Like that, I thought you had to get to 10K to get monetized.
I don't know. I just woke up and it was there.
Yo, like what is happening? Like, and I love it for you, but I want that shit for me too. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't trying to take your shit. I want my shit too.
I don't know what happened. They was like, you can sell stuff. I'm like, okay, I didn't even expect that, but okay.
Dark Horse is live, y'all. I'm going over.
Oh, it is. Okay, y'all. I'm going to Dark Horse Live. I'll see y'all on the back end. Love y'all. Congratulations, Ruthie. We love you.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Somebody at the door. Were you gonna say that part? Oh yeah. Thank you.